LDM Show. Hey, I'm Charles.
And I'm Will D.
What's going on? Summer. Wait, wait.
Ish. It's not summer yet.
It's back at
No. It's not summer yet. What you doing?
Today's official first day of summer.
21st. Yeah, tomorrow.
There we go. But it feels like damn summer.
It does though. It's hot
Good.
today.
I love the heat. I don't know. I'm one of those. I guess because.
We built for it.
Well, yeah. We got the shade.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying? But it's also because it gives me energy.
Mm.
You know, the sun and everything wakes me up earlier. I'm more energetic in the morning, and then in the afternoons, that's when I'm.
I'm the opposite. I wake up as the sun is setting. And it's like, dang, bro. I should have been Blade.
Hey, that's what's going on. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. But remember, don't listen to the news when the heat waves is hitting. Don't go be checking nobody's pets. Check the people's grandmothers and grandpas. They more important. Like I seen the news. Check on the pets. Like what?
They say check on the elderly sometimes.
No, but I see more commercials. Check on the pets. Make sure the pets got some water. Make sure, unless they call in the grandparents and the elders pets,
Wow.
they don't need to be talking about them. I don't know. Yes, I love animals, but I'm not a grateful animal thinking they my family member. I'm not going to nobody's house, knock on the door. Oh, your dog's okay?
I think more than anything, it's just the number of animals that, are left in cars. I think that's like probably the main focus there because I don't know how frequently I hear about somebody or see somebody leave a car in or leave a dog in a vehicle.
Oh, no,
when it's
yeah.
hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You don't even leave a kid in the vehicle.
when it's
Well,
especially not a kid.
toddler down. Because if your kid is like 7, 8 years old and talking about he got a heat stroke from the car, before you check the heat stroke, check his brain. Because, like, what? I'm sorry to say it, but what kid does not know how to lower down a window?
A kid whose parents forget to leave the car in the vehicle so that they can access it since most of the cars are electric now.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Well, open the door.
Again, locked in the vehicle.
No, but if you open the door,
That's if you can actually open the door. It's an electric. Like a lot of these
Yeah,
stuff is
see,
electric.
see, you
Everything.
don't need that. You
So
don't
if you
need
don't
that.
leave the key for them to maneuver, like my father, and we used to have the SUV
See?
with the sliding door, right? He would have to leave the vehicle and you click like the key
On
in.
neutral.
You put it on the neutral,
Yeah.
and then now you can activate the stuff in the vehicle. But some people be forgetting the kid in the back for whatever reason, and like just pull out everything, walk out, and forget the child is locked in the
Right.
vehicle.
Here's a trick that I can tell you to do to not forget your child in the back. Put your most important thing, which is supposed to be your child, but since you forget your child,
Your phone.
put your phone, if you're going to work, your briefcase, something in the back that would make you go to the back
If
to
you-
get it.
yeah.
So that's a little trick that you can probably use because I know there's certain times like this one father left his child in the car, but it's like he was not used to taking his child to the babysitter.
Right.
So that day he was supposed to take it to the babysitter, but put him in the car and he just went straight to work. He forgot, like his
Right.
body just took over. That's understandable. But if you would have put stuff in the back where you automatically have to go to the back,
Right.
Lucky nothing happened to the baby, but they tried to charge him with negligence.
Yeah.
But it was dropped because of that reason. They really found out that he just goes from work,
Point A
home
to point
work.
B. Yeah.
So he never really went to the babysitters, and he just forgot
He
about
was-
it. as
he was
was
on
driving.
routine, yeah.
Yeah. So put that as a routine. Put something in the back at all times. Even if you don't take your kid nowhere, but you have a child.
Right.
For that one moment that you do. Let's see. We're checking one moment here. See if we got audio. If we don't got audio, somebody has to do. We got audio. Yeah, we got audio. So you can hear it. I'm watching it right here. We got audio. Sometimes if you're watching it on Facebook, Facebook been having a
Delays,
problem.
yeah.
And they have delays and all that. But like we were saying, even if you don't take your child somewhere, but you do have a child, get into a habit of putting something in the back seat.
It takes 28 days to create a new habit. So from this day forward, start trying.
Yeah, just constantly putting it in there, and like your charger or something that you know that you always take with you and you will never forget.
Right.
put that in the back seat. And then that way, when you do have your child in the back seat, it would just be like, oh, wait, what you doing here?
But
you
let
know
me
what I mean?
stress, don't make it the keys. I know that's what, like that.
Oh, yeah.
People will do that and will then be like, wait, now I don't have my keys. Don't make it the keys. Anything but your keys.
Anything but the keys. But be careful. Crack the. If I don't understand, like some people be in parking lots, in their building or in their office, and they leave the window way open. I mean, like no. Of course, you're in the parking lot. Don't mean that. Crack a little bit of the window, so in case the child is in there, you always will have. And then plus, you're not going into a hot.
I'm not cracking the window, bro.
No.
You only need so much room to get the clothespin.
Yeah, the clothesline. Well, that's if you're in the Bronx. You don't even need that.
I'm just saying.
You don't even need that.
I know where I'm at.
Yeah, but be careful. You know, the heat waves is just saying that it's going to be summer. It's going to be a very hot summer. So check your elders and everything. We don't even have to say this.
We shouldn't have to say this, but yes, we do.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's true. And that's basically what we're talking about today. Things that you do that you don't notice you shouldn't be doing, and things that you're supposed to be doing that you don't. Like that's one of them, checking on your elders. Like calling them once in a while, you know, just to be like, even if you don't want to admit that you called them because you're checking up on them, you'd be like, bring, oh, hi, Grandma. No, I'm just testing my phone because I thought it was, you know,
It's something.
Excuse. But at least they picked up that phone, you know, they okay.
Because it'll be that one time they don't that you realize, oh, snap, maybe I need to go.
Yeah, maybe go and check. Even if they tell you they okay, do a welfare check.
Yeah.
Do a welfare check. Go inside their house because, you know, the grandparents, yeah, I'm okay, but they not because they don't want to worry you. Do a welfare check. Just go inside their house, check up on them. You actually, whoever taking care of their, not taking care of the grandparents, but whoever's the closest should have a key.
Yeah.
To go in case they're not there to check up on them.
Yeah.
That should be very
basic
problem there. Quick issue. But we were on my son's birthday. We went to Hey Rosa, super hot today. I'm telling you. Look at the fire burning. But we took our son to Nickelodeon, and then we were in the bathroom. So I went and I washed my hands before I used the bathroom. This guy looked at me like it was kind of weird.
It is unusual.
Right? But then I was telling my son, because my son was washing his hand first, and then when we came out, we didn't. So the guy was like, what? If you think about it, this is what I was saying to my wife as well. They telling you to wash your hands after you pee. You're touching your private. Shouldn't you be washing your hand before you pee? Because when you leave, you're still going to be touching a lot of stuff and still shaking the person's hands.
So both, actually?
Maybe both, right?
And
but you should
both.
Supposed to be washing your hands before you pee, because unless you're just going to let it hang and pee like that. But if you're going to grab your toy.
So ideally, there's a trick. Whatever hand you open the door with, you don't touch yourself with. Right? That's that's what you're supposed to do as a guy.
Unless you're having a three. You know, you want to switch. No, anyway.
Wow. Wrong show, but okay.
Wrong show. That's why I said anyway. Forget it. That's a podcast. That's a podcast.
But no, like that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It's just that I don't think most people in general, you're like, I touch stuff all day, whatever. You forget that you're touching stuff all day.
But that's
so like
it
makes sense to wash your hands before you touch yourself. But the reason why they stress wash your hands after is that even if you don't, let's say, directly urinate, right, you're gonna get the splatter back. And a lot of people will do that, and without washing your hands, like you have a better chance of touching a doorknob that will stay clean. You know, nothing too crazy, no regular contaminant, whatever. If everybody washed their hands on their way out, because they're not putting any excess.
Yeah, because the one guy.
People don't even do that.
Yeah, there was like.
How you asking people to wash their hands twice when they don't even wash it on their way out?
They was like, wash your hands because I don't want you to affect me. I don't care about you. Care about me. So I'm going to wash my hands before I pee because I touched everything before I got to that bathroom. Now, I wash my hands, okay, and people are like, okay, now I can shake your hand. No, because I already washed my hands, but then I touched that door. Then I touched this, and I touched that.
You know what
now
I'm saying?
I went and touched you. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Take care of you before you take... I'm selfish that way. I'm going to take care of me before you. So I'm going to wash my hands before I go and pee.
Yeah.
You know? And then if I want to do it after, I'll do it after, of course. Or maybe not soap it, but maybe I'll just rinse it because, you know, like you said, the splash. So if I feel that splash, I feel icky. I'm like, I'm gonna wipe it down. But everyone's been doing it backwards without even thinking about it because they've been brainwashed. Like a lot of people, wash your hands after, but no one asks why, you know? And we're like, oh, if you would have asked why, because that's when I was young, they was like, oh, so you won't get all that germs. I was like, wait a minute. So I got the germs and I put it on me, and then now I'm washing my hands? Mm-hmm. Too late now. So wash your hands first. Females get more infections down there. They get infections by the wind.
I would think, yeah.
They get infection by the wind.
I would feel washing your hands first would be way more important for women than for guys. I think everybody should wash their hands after, though. For sure. For sure, wash your hands before you touch your toys. Oh, if you're ever going to touch a toilet, you should wash your hands while touching the toilet if you can.
Yeah, because especially the females, because they be hovering. You know? Oh, yeah. They do that hover thing with the two hands, and they feel like they in the gymnastics and stuff with the bar.
Ladies should have amazing leg strength just from using restrooms.
Yeah, put their legs on the top of the.
I don't even know why y'all do squat day at the gym. Just go use a public restroom for every day of the week, and you'll be straight.
There you go. You'll be good. Put your legs on the one side of the wall, the other side of the wall.
That's it.
Bam, you're good. But yeah, definitely wash your hands. If you want to do it both times, great. But wash your hands before you touch yourself. So these are things that people don't realize that they're doing without doing it. It's just like when the whole COVID thing came out. Mm-hmm. You were wearing a mask.
Wrong.
Which was wrong already.
No. You were wearing it wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing a mask like this, right? And I'm like, you realize you breathe out your nose, right? Then you get the a-holes who wear it just here, and you're still talking and opening your mouth. I'm just like, what? Do you not cover everything?
But I love the ones that there are two people in a room. One had a mask, but they arguing because the other one don't got a mask. If one got a mask and the other one don't have a mask, who getting sick? No one, because you're both protected. But they used to argue because of it, because of the media telling them that they all have to wear a mask. I'm like, and that's like the McDonald's one behind the glass. Gotta wear a mask. You're gonna get me sick. Ain't you behind the glass? But again, these are things that people did and still pretty much do without thinking, without thinking out the box. Like, that doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense or you have to question it, then it's probably wrong. You know, most likely. I'm thinking like 7 out of 10 times, if you think about something and be like, wait, this doesn't make sense, then it's probably wrong. So just stop being a sheep and be a human. I think we all will be better off, because now the world's getting crazy. You can steal. Well, California is the worst place to mimic, and a lot of people are trying to mimic it. Now, matter of fact, let's hit word on the street, because I had to put this out there now that we're touching this. This is word on the street, real quick. All right, before I hit word on the street, hello Apollonia, hello Rachel. So we got towards your block. Towards your area. I don't want to say it because then everybody going to go towards your block. Apollonia, towards your mom's area.
Yep.
Then we got Philippines watching right now. But I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one, but California is trying to, two things. One, they're trying to get the phones away from kids.
New York, too.
And New York followed. Now, New York wants to do a thing where they want Facebook and all of them to watch their algorithm and not give kids more ads and not give kids the same thing. Why don't we just tell the parents to stop giving the kids the phone then? Wouldn't that be a little easier than trying to take the freedom of speech away from companies?
I think at the end of the day, right, I think this was, just before COVID or in the middle of COVID? There's early COVID, let's say 2020-ish, right?
Right.
And we were literally at the point of losing net neutrality, right? And all that whole thing about having to pay for the internet now and all that. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, we have this form of free speech on a global scale, right? And I mean, to the point that its influence can be so heavy that there are countries who ban certain websites, certain uses. Like you look at China and how they even restrict it, North Korea even worse, right? That I don't know why the governor, not even the president,
a
governor, of New York, who has less authority than a mayor of a city, if you ask me, has the nerve to think that she can tell a global corporation, cyber corporation, how they should act amongst people with IP addresses in the city. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, she's trying to get students to have flip phones specifically and whatever. Like, I don't know.
Utah passed a law similar. Kids underage can't be on social media.
And
I didn't know that one.
But here's
that's kind of. So thank you, Lucy.
Here's the thing. Websites themselves will tell you, will do the simple, basic thing. Are you at least this old? And remember how we all used to click, I am 18.
That's your
Facebook used to be, I am 13. Yep. That's it. That's all that the company is responsible for. You're asking for companies to do a parent's job, and that's where you're wrong. Right. The companies are on a media forum that is meant for everyone to openly express themselves, regardless of age, you know, nationality, sexual orientation, right, wrong, whatever. Hell, there's a whole dark web for all the wrong. Right. My point being that this is not something the government should have any control of, and we've seen the repercussions of governments who do. For you to not even have a national federal power to be, I mean, I'm sorry, I know it's kind of one of those like, oh, well, we needed to replace a guy. Get her the fuck out of office.
No, and then, you know, it's like the movies. It says, please, North Korea has no internet, let alone social media. They barely have electricity.
But there's a reason for it, right? They they literally control the people's minds. Right. Right? They literally control.
See, now,
you know what I'm saying?
Comments where, oh, but we need them. But then you had the same people commenting, oh, the social media is destroying my kids. So if you know this, then I'm going to tell you a real quick solution. It took me 59 years of my 52 years of life to learn this. Take the phone away from the kid.
That's it. If you're that worried about you, take away. Or because you know what? Here's the thing. The reason why all these kids have phones is simply we live in an era where there's a lot more wrong that's been exposed, and you need to have some level of communication. There are very basic phones to give your kids, or parental locking. Passwords. I feel like
they had the kid's phone where it doesn't have internet. It's only to text and call, and that's it. And then there's one that you put the certain numbers that they could allow to call.
But my other thing is, I feel like part of the issues too is that a lot of adults aren't as tech savvy as they need to really monitor their children's stuff. Like I know.
Oh, they're not adult enough?
Well, no. It's not even that. It's that like, okay, I know people who work in tech, right? And I'm not nothing too crazy. They're not doing cybersecurity, but they know the basics of a router and a switch, right? They use that knowledge to piss off their kids by simply just changing the password to the internet when they need to punish them. Yeah. You know how many parents can't change their own password to their own internet? And something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like
our parents in our days couldn't even put the clock on the VCR.
That's my point. That's my point. I feel like maybe more parents even taking interest in technology for that level of supervision that they can give their kids the access that they need. Because I'm sorry, the internet is too good of a resource for people not to have access to, especially youth that could probably use it to do better things for the world than we did, right? Yeah. Like, so there just needs to be a level of monitoring on a parental level that shouldn't be, Mark Zuckerberg's responsibility.
Yeah, because even on my son's tablet, he knows. He be trying real quick to finish a game because he knows at 7 o'clock that tablet gets locked. Boom. He can't go on his laptop. He can't go on a certain websites because it locks. So there are things that I put to prevent. And then he'll go to a website and be like, no, they're talking about bad stuff. He already knows. If you drill it into your kid's mind and show them not to be like the other kids, to be their own selves, you might not have that problem. I said might because, kids do darndest things when they're alone, but at least you took that thing. It's like the movies. Oh, what movie you going to go see? Oh, no, that's a rated R. You shouldn't go see it. PG-13. You know what I mean? So they have labels for a reason.
And then it's up to your discretion and your responsibility as a parent. Because I know parents who will take their kids to rated R movies, right? Because they want to see them, and they're like, well.
That's what I was saying. Like, these parents that are complaining about them taking their social media away and all that because, they should take it away. You're the same one that took them downstairs to smoke weed next to y'all. The same ones that are drinking them. The same one that's partying all night. So you're doing all these bad things, but since someone else is doing a bad thing, now it's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. But like they said, Utah's doing it. Korea's. And if you look at the China, like their Twitter and all that, you see positive things pop up on their stuff. The dancing, and there ain't no other stuff. Which learning is great. That, can't say it.
I mean, here's the thing. Saying stuff like Utah has already and whatever, right? I don't think Utah's the best example of a state to follow.
Where ain't nobody there.
No, it's
nobody
not.
That
It's not even that. You have a state that's well known for a polygamous community that literally has laws that are all anti-polygamy, and that's just a basic thing there. Where I'm just like, if you have water, you have water and oil, and then you're like, but we coexist peacefully. I'm just kind of like, how?
How?
I'm not. That's not going to work for us.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't even see that. Why not? They have kids. I didn't see the other one. It popped up. Keep the comments coming. You know, my engineer will try the best so we can pop it up there. But keep it coming. When it comes to, like, with New York trying to do it, but tablets are giving to them at a very young age, so technology has become addictive. Now,
again, parents' responsibility.
No, but I do have a comment on that because they say, why are you giving your tablets so young to a child and everything? We gave our child a tablet when he was like 2 or 3. Ask me what grade he's in and ask how old is he. Because the tablet, we put what we wanted him to learn on there. We put the time that he can be on there. In the beginning, we had 3 hours a day. So it doesn't matter what time he takes it. So he got smart and said, I'm going to do 1 hour right now, and in the afternoon, I'm going to do another hour.
Right.
That's how smart he got. So I was like, okay. But he used to leave the last hour for like 7 or 8. So then I said, nope. You got 3 hours, but then you also got at 7 it locks up. So you got to use your 3 hours before 7. And then there are programs you use. Tablets, just like social media, can be a friend, but it also can be an enemy if you use it correctly. Technology is there to enhance you, not cripple you. So like if you give them like websites like a learning website. I forgot the name of it, but learning websites,
they used to
strategy games. Like he plays with Uncle Will so many strategy games and stuff like that. Yes, it's the parents, but when COVID came, remote learning also was.
So here's the thing, right? You cannot blame the tool for what is being used on it. You know what I'm saying? Or what is being used for, right? So like, okay, are we putting guns in jail or the people who shoot them, right? Yes, COVID was a thing. Internet learning became a thing. And what we're finding out is that...
But was it, not to cut you off, but I like when people say internet learning became a thing. No, it wasn't. Business has been using that for years.
Yes, but what it is...
And people been using it for years, you know? Remember the video phone?
Yes.
Even though it didn't come that popular, but it was still out there.
So technology played...
it did. I'm not going to say it didn't. Yeah, it did play a big part.
Technology is what made it accessible, right? Because here's the thing. If we have a mass outbreak like COVID and no technology for that level of communication, you think we're doing video, like phone conference class? No, you're not having school at all. You're having 100% homeschooling, and then you don't have anybody able to go back into the workforce in time when you still have an education system where we haven't developed what we're going to do post-health crisis. So, no, again, you cannot blame technology. The only thing that happened, and that's not due to technology, is due to the fact that no one was able to be around each other due to a health crisis, is the social dissociation that started to happen amongst youth, right? But that's not bred because of technology. People, again, want to blame technology the same way they blame video games for making people violent.
Yeah, remember back in the days? It's the music that made them kill.
Come on now. Like, the fact of the matter is people are very quick to blame stuff that's not responsible because they don't want to take responsibility for the lack of stuff that they're doing, or they make it too easy for things to go bad. Okay, well, that means it's harder to be a parent, but it's still your job to be a parent, right? Every kid has access to, like you're talking about, tablets, right? But there's a difference between the parent who gives their kid open access and the kid who has restrictive access. But the reason why they should all have access is because technology is advancing, right? Most of the jobs that are going to be coming out that are going to be guaranteed to have work are in tech, and of course, medicine. Because everybody needs that. I'm telling you now, you're gonna say education, not guaranteed, because things like education, even things down to working at a restaurant, all that stuff could go computerized, can go robotic in the future. But you're gonna need people to work on the robots, and you're gonna need people to heal people who are sick. Yeah. The kids need that leg up because the U.S. system is already falling behind educationally. You want to talk about all the problems because of technology? Technology's only problem is that it should be the focus, and we're a country that's not focusing on it.
Yeah, on the correct way. Technology, like I said, from China with their TikToks and stuff like that, they show positive stuff. So kids do the positive things. Everything is
money,
transforming
and that's kind of
even
my
money,
point.
everything.
So we shouldn't even be talking about whether or not the kids should have access to tech.
It's how.
It's how to properly have kids use technology to be beneficial.
But again, it comes back to a couple of weeks ago when we were speaking about how people know the problem, but they don't want to find a solution.
Exactly.
The problem, okay, I'll give it to you. The problem is technology, social media. So then what will be the solution? You know, instead of worrying about the problem, let's worry about the solution. And we think the solution first comes from the person giving it. It's just like a computer. Like, let's say if you go into the bank and you take out $100, but the person puts that you took out 1,000, put an extra zero with their finger. Is it technology or the user? Mm-hmm. So it's never the technology, it's the user. Even with the program, but it didn't do the program I said to do. Then who said to do that program? You did. You're the one that put the code in. So it's always the user. So technology
it's
is
not
really
always
that
the user.
bad.
Sometimes because it is a tool, it will glitch. Like,
well, it would glitch.
You have an electric tool. Doesn't it sometimes just die out?
Yeah, because I don't charge it.
Well, I'm not even.
No, but I know.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll just be like it won't even recharge anymore when you do put on it. So
But I'm talking about with technology is different between electronics. The electronics
it's the same thing. Anything that is made by man is guaranteed to have error, right? So anything technological,
especially
any tool,
you got to refresh.
Right.
You got to refresh a lot of
these
stuff.
systems will end up glitching sometimes, and that's why I said you're going to need people to fix the machines, and you're going to, they're going to have their own issues. It's just how it works.
Overall, when I go into a bus and I hear a 2-year-old, 1-year-old crying, and you give him a phone with the YouTube open just to shut that child up, whose fault is it? Now you can't blame technology no more.
Wait, what if it's Miss Rachel, though?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. See? So, Luz, you all in a bubble living in the 90s. Hey, no, in overall, like I said, we can go back and forth, but when you use technology correctly, it works for you. Like I said, my son is 7 years old. He does fifth. I keep saying 7.
It's been like a week.
Well, 3 days. Yeah.
It's almost
a week.
See?
Yeah, it's almost a week. Almost a week. He's been 8, but he's still like 5th grade levels. He speaks intelligently, and he had his tablet. He, not a phone. He still don't got a phone. And he even says it, I can't wait till I'm 14, 13 when I can get a phone. Because he knows we're not going to give him a phone
until high school.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
You want to know where you at? I can tell you because I got a GPS on you. You want to know where you go? So we do these things for a reason, but when he's older, he already knows.
Right.
So he goes on his tablet, then he has his laptop, but now he plays his strategy games, with the games that he plays. Every game that he plays has to have a thinking part of it.
And some sort of educational value.
Right. It can't just be like, okay, let me put this about. So we make him learn that technology helps. Especially he's been raised around media, and we have technology here talking to you now. So it helps. But when your child is only on TikTok looking at people surfing on the trains or doing stupid things, licking ice cream, and you want to do the same thing.
All those dumb challenges. All the challenges, So here's the issue I have with people talking about social media, because I'm from the generation
sorry to cut you off, but that's another thing. That's why they saying technology. It's not technology, it's social media.
And the thing about it is, I'm from the generation where social media really became a thing, right? I was around the time that the Facebook was a thing, right? Yeah. You got classmates, the Facebook, ScoNext, MySpace. A lot of the issues that happen now were not the same issues happening then, right?
When it first came out,
social media was okay, but chat rooms were still an issue when I was growing up.
Yeah,
right?
don't be in the chat room too
Right?
much. You don't know who you're talking to.
So my whole thing is that a lot of what's happened isn't even so much social media's fault, in the sense that like social media initially was just a good social media was in LinkedIn, right, across the board at one point,
Right.
you know. And then what was cool is that they had groups that you can talk to people from elsewhere, so you can kind of meet other geeks and other, you know, whatever community you're a part of, other people like you, right? I think what it's turned into is that it's not just social media that's the issue, but the fact that social media has actually become entertainment industry.
Right.
And
they did that on purpose because it was already in court, and they said you attacked the children.
If you really want to have an effect of what social media can be and whatever, honestly, as dumb as it may sound, and you can refute me if you want, if celebrities got off of social media, right? Like if it wasn't so easy to be like, if I get social media famous, I'll get rich, and we kind of change that whole format and go back to what celebrity used to be even, you might actually have social media what it was meant to be for, when it was once for. Because YouTube, I hate that we put everything on social media when it's really kind of YouTube's fault. And YouTube wasn't social media. Yeah. It was literally just online TV.
Yep.
So YouTube changed the game, everybody else followed, and social media gave an outlet to people who were getting famous and feeling like you could communicate with them and see into their lives.
Some that think they famous.
So essentially, we just put TV on a computer, and now you're blaming technology and social media for the effect of really like idiots turning the internet to TV. That's what's happening here. That's not what social media was. That's not what Facebook originally was. That's not what social media was. That's not what the internet was. YouTube changed the game and created 90% of your problems right now.
Yeah. Hey, Leslie, how's it going? But at the same time, because we're speaking about things you do that you realize it's kind of dumb or why you're following it. So when you have social media and you have kids on a train surfing, getting hurt, dying, but then you have your own child or another child want to do the same thing because they want likes, whose fault really is it? Because it ain't. Again, you can blame the social media, but it's what you want to do. If I see someone trip over a brick when I come out, and that brick is still there, and another one, and another one,
I'm not going to trip on the brick.
I'm going to go around that brick.
And this is exactly why I don't want to put the blame on people being dumb on social media, because I feel like, again, the content that, like, we've seen that.
But it was social media that makes it drill it in their head that if you get all the likes, you're going to be popular. You're going to be YouTube famous if you got so much likes.
That's what I'm saying. That's a YouTube thing.
You want to blame the celebrities. Let go back to your original statement, parent control, everything in.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you want to see a change in what's already there, you know, people are following people who trend, right?
Right.
Like, you're not going to just, like, so people want to state problems and have no solutions. Well, the solution to this problem is having everyone who is infamous because of all the BS be like, that's dumb, right? Like, if everyone's favorite person is just like, social media is stupid, especially if we're talking about young people, they're going to be like, I'm going to do like them. And then because they're just followers, you know, this is how it works.
Some of the rappers that say, you know, hey, I'm just a rapper on TV. But in real life, like if they really tell the truth, because you know none of them be hardly doing all that stuff.
That's true, but, you know, money.
Yeah, Lucy said no. AOL Messenger did. Whoa, she went way back.
But I'm glad you mentioned AOL, because AOL is the best.
You got mail.
No, AOL is the best example of why parental control is important, right? So like, as a kid, I had KOL, right? KOL automatically restricted. You know, but that's the thing. KOL automatically restricted.
Well, not AOL. It was the chat room that was.
No, but the chat room was the chat room was the part of AOL, or you had chat rooms that were part of, you know, Yahoo. You had chat rooms, right? AOL already made it a thing that was to help parents, called KOL, Kids Online. You couldn't enter chat rooms. You couldn't you couldn't go to certain websites. Just your IP numbers were already reading like no.
Even your friends were supposed to be accepted by your parents.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole thing. How much control they even had over your stuff like that? Like, they could do. Those websites they gave you were for educational sites. You know, young kid game sites like Sports Illustrated Kids, Kiddonet.com, right? So even then, there was already the internet broken down like that for parental control.
But they stopped it, and I'm going to tell you, and AIM, but I'm going to tell you one thing.
Messenger.
Yeah,
you had aim on KOL
But
as well.
but if you notice, it was chat room, so they were typing. You got to remember, humans are visual beings.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, to me, I'm gonna do a little controversy thing and a little maybe something else, but I think they realize it's not going nowhere with the chats and all that. Like kids wasn't really, they were engaged, but they was not engaged like that because you couldn't put down. Yeah, I was driving in the train. No one wants to see that. So what they did was they scratched that off and said, let me put the chat into visual. Just like us, we started as a magazine, and it was like, oh, I wish it would be a show. And then we winded up a show because they wanted to visually see what we were writing about. The same thing that happened with social media. They said, oh, let's put videos up of instead of typing it, now we can do video. Oh, you went way back with the BlackBerry and everything. Yes, when social media was born with the MySpace, etc., Yahoo Chat, etc.
MySpace was not the first social media.
Yeah. It was a lot of things, but again, it was chats. So it was not really attacking too much of the kids. You heard of kids going
and getting the guy from as an adult,
and seeing a girl, but you heard more adults getting catfish.
Yeah, of course.
On the chat room. And then now they bring it into visual. So now they attacked all the kids, which it was already in court, and they found guilty that they attacked kids because they know the kids are more naive to go into certain chats and they want to watch certain videos. Because the videos that kept popping up on my feed on the Facebook was different from when I was in the Philippines. It was different from when we hit Tokyo. And it was all different because they don't play. They're like, no, we know you're a business person. I'm going to shoot out these business.
Right. There's a different
Here,
algorithm.
they don't. They give you what's more famous. And the only thing that I can agree with the governor trying to do is that here's something that we think you would like that be popping up.
Yeah.
Take that out. Like, the kids don't need to know because all it is a more popular video of someone doing stupid things.
Well, so that's the whole thing. The whole algorithm thing is set up to be like, I've noticed you've been viewing.
Right.
So let's
And not even, you could just tap on one thing by mistake and all of a sudden now you're viewing
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
MySpace was on the forefront. It's still there, but it's for music. So.
Well, yeah, now they had to revamp themselves.
Yeah,
But no, like you have the algorithm say like, oh, you saw this or you clicked on this, so this must be of your interest. But at the same time, what people forget, and I love this, it's like when people forget about a block button, right? You have the option to say like, I don't like this
and
ad.
It says,
I don't like this. I don't like that, right? And no one actually utilizes that. Like when people are like, I had to delete my account because this a-hole was bothering me. There was a block button.
Yeah, even with the ads, even with someone notifying you, I don't want to see nothing about this topic anymore, and they don't show you.
That's literally it.
That's it. What it is trying to get information, what you like, what you don't. So what you've seen mostly the time is what you like. Because how many times these videos come out, I'm tired of seeing girls running around dancing and got no dance because TikTok is not dancing.
Oh, God.
TikTok, I can learn. Seriously? Like, come on now. So, and then you're going to go out there to a dance competition and they be like, okay, that looks good on TikTok, but this is a dance competition. So I click on, I don't want TikTok dancing. I want dancers. Yeah. So now I get group dancers, group competitions, and stuff like that. Because I want to see,
no
guys
dance
break
challenges.
dancing.
You want to see actual dancing.
Gymnastics. So it starts to break down.
But that's the thing. And again, so the internet has all this content, right?
But you still have the control.
No, but exactly. And that's what I'm keep saying. You can't just blame this thing for existing when you don't do your part. It gives you options, and then you don't select nothing. You get what you get. That's how that works.
But I honestly believe you have to limit it the time. Like with the governor, New York governor, saying that she's trying to make it seem like she's the first one. We need to take the phones out the schools. Where you at?
But they've been doing that.
That's what I'm like, where you at? Because I know a lot of schools that
you can't. You have to leave. You have to leave your phone at the deli down the block, and I'm like, that's kind of just leave that to the school to their discretion.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you to X, Y, and Z?
But to tell a big company to, hey, listen, I know our forefathers said we had the freedom of speech, and you saved all your money to make a business, but no, it doesn't work that way.
Seriously, can we just kick her out of office?
Yeah.
She put the criminals back in the street.
It's just like the TikTok thing. They need to sell. You notice they haven't talked about it since. Because they said, no, we ain't selling shit.
China's no. And the people are like, we like TikTok, so...
What you going to do? It's a business. That's like if I open up a grocery store, you're talking about, nah, you can't. Like, now, if you do go to the suburbs, you have to tell them what kind of store you're going to put. And then the community can go into a place and say, we don't want this store.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to worrying too much about Chinese spies, I would just like to remind everyone we have a little red button.
No, not only that, you're worrying about Chinese spies, but didn't Apple tell you to give me your face, give me your fingerprints, give me everything? You're not complaining about that, though. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you're taking videos and popping them here and there, but you're not worrying about that.
You think your cameras only
things
are...
that we do, that's stupid.
But things that cameras only work when you want them to work?
Yeah.
You're giving access to everything about you pretty much on your phone whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that, after the whole 9/11 thing, the government had the right, like NSA and all of them can actually listen to your phone calls and whatever.
Yep,
At the thought that there could be anything funny going on. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't pick and choose what you're mad about.
Even that was an issue. Oh, they checking out my texts. If you're not doing nothing wrong, then why are you worrying about it?
Well, I mean...
But they could have used.
Have you seen loyalty videos? That's why people.
That's
why people worry.
Cheaters probably became popular more because of that. The show cheaters were like, "Well, we heard your text and your phone."
No. That was not me.
No. I love that show. I be always laughing at that show. No, I just want to go see what he's doing. Girl, didn't I just show you the video?
No, know what? Why'd you get out? Dang
and they always want to go and see what they were doing when I
need
just
to see it with my eyes.
No, but I love the guy though. He's the instigator. Yeah, I think we should see because the last time we seen him, is he still there?
He's
still hugging on her, right?
Exactly.
And he'd be like, he's still hugging on her?
This photo was 15 minutes ago? Oh, we'll be right there, right there.
And he's over there. He's still hugging on her. So, instigator, bro.
And then you get there. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you going to be able to keep
As he opened the door.
Just remember, we're on camera.
I used to love that guy because he's such an instigator. But shows like that, Catfish and all that, it shows where...
I still can't believe Catfish is able to be a thing.
Now I can believe Catfish if it comes back out with all the IAs. You know what I mean? All the fake...
it's not even that.
But before, no.
No.
Video chatting, you shouldn't be getting.
But even with AI, that's not. We're not at the point where people, the average person, I should say, knows how to AI on a live stream of you. Like if I called your phone number, an AI character can pop up. No, come on now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting catfish.
No, there's no way. If I can't get on the phone with you on a regular basis, like, come on now.
Yeah. Not only that, there's certain things you listen, if I don't see you every day personally, if I don't see you and you live in another state and, I want some money to pay my rent, I was like, okay.
That sounds like a problem.
When you get it, let me know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, no. Oh, can I see you? Well, not this week. Okay, well, then when I can see you, call me back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no.
That's it.
But shows like that are still alive, and it just shows that people do things, and then they realize how dumb it was.
I would think after maybe 3 seasons of a show like Catfish, people would have learned all the signs of a catfish and would stop getting catfished.
See, but when the chat time was on, I loved it.
Yeah, that was,
I loved it. I'm like, what? And you didn't read the chat correctly because they told you stuff like, no, I can't see. Or I can show you, but the light is not on. Like, what? No, don't play yourself. Because I remember when the video chat started coming. And, people started talking on the video.
Yeah, VC changed that. There should be nobody getting catfished. There really, really shouldn't.
Sure. That was the first thing that Rhea was like, can you call me? I was like, nah. She was like, well, they sell $5. Like, how you know they sell $5 cars and $3 cars? You been nosy. You from the Philippines and won't be nosy what USA be having.
But wasn't her mom in the U.S.?
No, but her mom was in the... Yeah, that's true.
How she knew. See? You see?
See, her mom...
Logic right there.
See, yeah. Her mom probably told her, listen, they got $3 cards.
That's how I call you.
I even forgot the name. It was Red something. The card that she was like, no, those are the good ones. I'm like, damn, you even investigated which one is the best ones. But
wait, well, why?
They literally wanted to hear your voice,
but
at least.
Y'all were talking on YIM, right? On
yeah,
Yahoo?
on YIM,
right?
Yeah.
You know that had a voice record option on it?
I never
Because
even
I
realized
I
that.
used to video, well, not, I used to voice message my friends in the Philippines when.
Well, we used
when
to
I was in high
talk
school.
on it,
That's what I'm saying.
but
Yeah.
not record.
No. I'm saying like I'm saying you could
Oh,
talk.
chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
spending
yeah.
no
Oh, no, no, no.
$5.99 on a damn card if I can talk to you through the damn computer.
Yeah,
What
but
you talking
sometimes she
about?
was not near a computer, so
No,
and then I wasn't, so I had to go and get the thing. You can compare the old school upbringing with today's society.
Well, the old school upbringing involves something that we're talking about now, and that's
parenting.
parents. And, and that's kind of been my point. We lived in a generation where parental control was influential on our experience and developed who we are, and just thinking like, well, hey, if that worked for me, maybe that could work for the next generation. Because, that's kind of how this world works, right? Generation to generation. Parents passing down, teaching, and community doing the same thing. And when that happens, the positive stuff that comes out of it is usually when that stuff is broken, split up for various reasons. We're not going to get into the whole history of America, that you get the messed up crap you get today.
Because what they did, I always would say that this society attacked the children. Because what they did was took out all the positive stuff that our grandfathers, great-grandfathers did that made them good. Because I hate when they be like, oh, my parents were so rough on me. Don't you make like $200,000 a year? Don't you do this? Don't you do that? Something your grandparents or your parents did was good.
Was right.
So, like, we're at here. You're watching us on Roku TV or on wherever you're watching us at right now. We're doing it because our parents pushed us to do something. My son's doing things because we pushed them to. So, all the time is a parent thing. But what they did was they took out the good things that parents can do.
Yeah.
Like, single mothers' households, and they need a father. They drilled this thing that they need father figure in a person's life. If you think about it, I said it before, if a father's not there, then how is he damaging? If the tree falls in the woods and you're not there, do you hear it? So there's nothing you can do. So there's so many people in jail, so many people but who's the one raising them? So,
and a father figure doesn't necessarily need to be the dad, by the way.
So it can be a neighbor and it can be anybody. But when you have, when the Bronx was burning and everything, everybody was in the community. Oh, I heard Miss Mitchell or whatever didn't have bread. Oh, she didn't? All right, cool. I got an extra. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And they used to take care of the elders. Now?
It's just no sense of community. I think that might even be why so many people gravitate to the web.
Because they want that.
Right. And
because that does make sense because the videos, he's surfing. I know it's stupid, but I can be part of this group.
And I mean, that's a big thing there, which is a positive of the web, but also the negative, because for as much as the internet was supposed to be like this great, vast resource of knowledge, it's also a place where dumb people can talk to. Yeah. So, like,
if you think about it, the 70s, 60s, and 70s had the dumb people that thought they were God and they followed him and then they committed suicide.
Right.
If you remember all these groups.
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening again. Follow me, do these stupid things that I'm doing,
And that's why I talk about celebrities the way I do maybe celebrities is just their own term, but I'm just saying the people. I don't think leaders is the right word, but people who are highly influential in the age of people who call themselves influencers. If there's a general like, hey, maybe we should stop, or hey, maybe this isn't good across the board. It's not going to be one person doing it and then that's going to fix it. No, but just across the board. And if you're saying that I'm wrong about that, well, how do you think every movement that America has ever had to start? It starts with somebody getting a group of people who then become a set of leaders in a movement. Right? That's how you affect and create change.
Yep.
In this case, it would need to be people who are influencers on the internet.
Hey, Johnny. Johnny's on from Latino Huido. Edgar, my brother, going on. So Allentown's in the house as well. But that word influencer. If before, people were like, oh, where you seen that? Oh, some person that has a lot of followers on YouTube or Instagram, whatever. But they was not so into them. But as soon as they used that word influencer, they thought they had to do everything that they said. And who you influencing? Because half of the people were saying the same thing that other person said. And you're just trying to look like and sound like you're smart when you're not. You're talking about, you know what? You need to do these things the correct way to unite us together in the ability. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Because you don't even understand what you're saying, and you just repeated what the other person said, and then you're not even following it.
Well, I mean,
but you called yourself an influencer, and then you have all these kids doing it.
Whoever said an influencer couldn't be influenced?
The ones that think influencers are the smart ones. But at the same time, the therapists and the psychiatrists don't know what they're talking about.
Wait, every average, so we have average becoming influencers. Not only celebrities, they're making money on. Well, yeah,
they're making money.
No,
why?
But that's kind of my point. Anyone who becomes an influencer essentially is like
a celebrity,
a modern day celebrity, right?
Yeah.
We're not.
So they call them YouTube celebrities.
Yeah, YouTube.
Right?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? It's not just. It's not just a Hollywood thing. It's not just we make movies or we make music. Like the term celebrity now refers to even these internet guys, like. What's that, Mr. Beast or whatever his name is, or stuff like that. You know, like there are people who are, we're talking, they got millions. The average person who just got Cardi B,
we got
talentless.
We don't even got like 1% of Cardi B, but we still go out there and people are like, oh, Charles, and,
you see
they
what I'm
still
saying?
know us and they say, oh, he's a celebrity, he's on the thing. So it doesn't have to be a Hollywood celebrity. It's just anyone that can influence you into doing something. So that's why we be careful what we do, because we don't want everybody doing what we do. Well, the LDM jumps off the second, third floor window with no mattress, no nothing. That should look like a good idea. Let's do it.
Meanwhile, we talk about the fact that we could do special effects on the computer, but
yeah, but like, do you know that it was a special effect, right?
But look what you did.
Look what you did. But hey, Johnny said good doesn't sell, bad does.
That's true.
That is the society we're in. Exactly. So that's why you need to monetize what your kids are watching. Like, double check anything. They have history for a reason. They even have now on the phone where you can see what your kids. So even if your kids think they slick and delete the history, it already still emailed you all the history.
Yep.
Or still, there's a lot of things you don't know. And email us and we'll tell you how to do it.
As a parent, you got to get more familiar with what is happening in technology, because your kids are going to be abreast of it. Right? Yeah. Whether you let them or not, their friends can let them know this, because not every parent's going to be like you. But if you want to do your due diligence, it's not for the governor to make X, Y laws. That's not their scope. That's not whatever. As for parents to step up and do what they need to do to be better parents.
Yeah. And then plus, I don't believe in the government taking control of what we do. You're just trying to take control more of our lives. It's already automatically you're trying to take our freedom. Well, you took our freedom,
Did we ever have it?
Yeah, we never really had it. I don't care if they say this is the world of the free. It's the freedom to do what they want.
There you go.
So that's the freedom we have. Now, we have more freedom to do stuff than yes, but we're still not free. We're still slaves to the society, like people say, or to the government. You still wake up, work, give them taxes on everything.
Oh, see, I like how you went even that far, but just look at the whole education system. It's built not to teach people to be entrepreneurs, create their own, and make their wealth. It's teaching them to be workforce.
There's I don't want to quote it, but I'm gonna look and I'm gonna put it online. But there was a city in a state that started. They took out gym, and they put business. And that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
but their business is whatever business that you're thinking, they're gonna teach you how to do it.
Not for gym.
They have stock, I know, right?
Not
Give
for
me my
gym.
gym for running around.
You're gonna. I'm saying to stay fit because Americans are obese.
They took out gym, but they have recess. Ain't that the same thing?
No, that's not the same thing.
To me, it's the same thing. You're still running around.
Nah, because you don't got that dude in the red shorts and the whistle.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Hey, let's go. No, you got to do this. Throw a little couple balls in there. But they have other stuff. Like they putting business, they putting stock, they have bank, and they have a fake store.
That's good. That's great. I feel like
they give you like, if you got an A, they give you school money.
Oh.
So it's, paper money, but it's the school money. And then you go to a store where you can buy a school shirt. You can buy a school, but they showing you, and it's your money.
Right.
And then there's classes where you have to have a certain amount of money to go to that class.
Okay.
So they already teaching you how to save some of the money. I don't want to waste it on this.
Save. Yeah. But you see, that's great. And then I feel like, especially for high school kids, but I would think you'd want to start teaching in middle school more than elementary. Like the elementary's for all the basics.
They did. I went to a class where they taught me that don't look at 2 for $1. Break it down. It was 50 cents, 50 cents. We went out to the fruit markets. We went out to the stores to learn and stuff. Now they don't do those things.
Can tell you personally that my senior year, my school offered a class where we learned about annuities, we learned about buying homes, we learned about, heck, we even learned how to count cards, right? Like some real life applicable math stuff for you. And I was told by a college, right, which is the next part of the education system, that because I chose to take something that would be useful to myself and not calculus, which if I'm not pursuing a career in mathematics of any way, shape, or form is absolutely useless, that they didn't want to accept me into their school. And the best part about it is their school offers a pre-calculus class. So now why would it make sense that I take calculus if I'm going to take the class that precedes it at your institution, right? Yep. But because I did something that actually showed I had a brain for myself and wanted to do something for myself, they were like, no, we won't accept you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of schools
there's a whole problem with just how the education, it gets to the point where now I'm in the workforce and going through the cogs and stuff because they're trying to develop us into being a workforce.
Yeah. Well, Penn State, for one, I got in trouble for opening my mouth. They was like, well, we don't want to take the class. They had an attitude because I was like, why would I need to, if I'm taking law, why would I need to take history or this, unless it's not the history of law, why would I need to take it? You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that, why do I need 4 years? I can do it in one. Let me take the bar, and if I fail, then I come back another year and take the bar, and if I fail, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need 4 years to do something. Like, like I always say it, the only people that need more than 4 years is a doctor, because you're not operating on me without the knowledge. But for you to do a job that it's still on-job training, because no matter what, there are certain jobs that you still learn as you go, you know? So,
so essentially, why would a lawyer need to know,
calculus and all this other stuff?
Right.
Because they do. They give you calculus. They give you.
I can see a lawyer
psychology. I can see
psychology and biology. Maybe,
biology.
Depending on what kind of law you get into.
Right.
Right. Because if you're ending up in a whole bunch of murder cases, it may help to solve or disprove certain things. Okay, I'll give you that, biology, chemistry. But why would a doctor need to know Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Why would most people in the world of business and finance need to take an art class?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's exact reasons for this, but for the average, it shouldn't be the basic course of education. I get these schools want to say they have well-rounded individuals.
Even finance, like why finance in college when shouldn't you be considered an adult when you get to college? So they should start teaching that in junior high to high school.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of these courses, these workforce-geared courses, really should be taught early and earlier, right? I like schools that have, like there's a school of aviation here in New York, right?
Also, parents need to teach.
Right. There's a school of hospitality. Like certain high schools now are more so geared towards, environmental studies and things where they have a core curriculum that's for state standard and then extra courses. You're seeing it in charter schools as well. Yep. I think that's a great idea, but I think it should be standardized that there are certain parts of being an adult, right? So like having a fiscal responsibility class, how to buy a home, how to open up a bank account, how to, put into the stock market, a class about bonds and stuff. Or even if not a full class, but let's say we start a new class.
They don't even have to be
each semester something different, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It should start in middle school, like real life applicable.
Yeah, but again.
Life skills class, there we go.
Yeah, but again, parents should teach that too. Like teach them.
They should, but here's the thing: we're coming from a generation of people who don't know. That's why I'm saying we got to start it in schools.
But we're gonna have this conversation more next time. But continue commenting below. That way we can have our conversation next week, and we'll answer some of your comments. But this is a good conversation that we need another part to it. But I'm Charles Aloma.
I'm Will D.
And we'll check you out next week. And remember, drink that water and check the grandparents.
And the pets, though. All life matters.
Not the pets. See ya.